Greetings, this is Vane and welcome to a new Let's Play of Gladius, Relics of War. Okay. Chaos Space Marines. Death to the Force Emperor. Initial challenge, medium. Chaos Cultists, cheap fodder infantry that confound cities and increase city growth. Unholy rites. Sacrifice city population to a dark god to grant the city a significant temporary economic boost based on the god. Boons of Chaos. When a champion of Chaos kills an enemy, there's a chance the unit gains a permanent boon. Spawnhood. Instead of gaining a boon of Chaos, there's a chance the unit transforms into a Chaos spawn. Dark Apotheosis. Instead of gaining a boon of Chaos, there's a chance the unit transforms into a mighty demon prince. Marks of Chaos. Brand individual units with a mark from one of the dark gods to increase the unit's powers. Demon engines that it will not die. Demon engines that regenerate hit points each turn and even consume the souls of their enemies. Veterans of the Long War. Veteran units with reduced morale loss that gain a bonus to melee accuracy against loyal Space Marine units. Heresy. Must be eradicated leaf, brand and root. Must be exercised utterly or it will grow all the stronger. Return all the stronger time and time again until it is too great to destroy. Galen Norgrim, Master of the Ordo Malus. Inside the Eye of Terror, the Chaos Marines are built a new Dark Imperium. The fallen Primarchs, now Demon Princes of Chaos, lead their forces in endless internecine wars for resources, slaves and favour in the eyes of the gods. However, recently the balance of power has shifted. With the fall of the fortress world Arcadia, the traitor legions can come and go at will. And with the birth of the massive warp storm called the Great Rift, the Imperium is divided and weakened. The hive world of Gladius Prime, isolated in a distant corner of the galaxy, should be an easy target. Okay, let's go.
10,000 years we have fought at Luna, at Terra, at Cadia, beside the false Emperor, beside the War Master, beside the Despoiler. 10,000 years we have been faithful to the Dark Gods, sacrificing our souls, bodies, and machines to them. Yet, the Imperium stands. Now, Cadia has fallen. The Dark Gods have guided us to this Imperial Hive world. Gladius, whatever is here, we will prove ourselves worthy of it and take it in their name. Glory to the Dark Gods! Death to the false Emperor!
Okay, I've reset the tips like I've been doing. I reset the tutorial, so we'll be reading them out. Welcome to Gladius. To move the camera, position your mouse over terrain, click and hold the left mouse button and move your mouse. Once you are comfortable with your surroundings, click OK. Yep. Take your time to explore the interface. Every element a hint to provide you with extra information. When you're unsure what to do next, refer to the red task button on the right side of the screen. It will help you focus on your next task before your turn. With the selected unit, by pressing the right mouse button and clicking on the destination tile. Holding down the mouse down will display the path the unit take. Each unit can only be moved once per turn. Gladius is full of unknown treasure and vicious alien creatures. As you explore, you will receive discovery notifications that can be opened to reveal more information. Some terrain can be explored for rewards, while other features might hurt your unit. Tread carefully. The planet's life can be ruthless, but if you leave it alone, it may spare you. Tiles with special resource features can be captured by moving a unit on them. This will construct an outpost, providing you with a small but important bonus to your resource output, and giving the unit stationed there increased damage reduction and healing rate. Defend your outpost so they will be taken over by other factions or the Gladius wildlife. There are ruins of Vane sites. These ruins provide a reward for the first player to explore in them. Some even provide powerful ancient items that can be later equipped by heroes to make them stronger or excel at specific encounters. Champions of Chaos have a chance to transform into Chaos Spawn or a Mighty Demon Prince when they kill an enemy. Additionally, after Chaos Boons are researched, each Champion of Chaos can gain permanent buffs. Be careful who you deal final blows with. Okay. Unit like Guardsmen are very weak by themselves. With such vulnerable units, it is advisable to keep multiple units close together so they can assist each other, especially when venturing into unexplored territory. Cities gather resources required to fuel your war machinery. The city displays all the resources related to the city. Hover your mouse over each resource to find out more. Here, buildings are listed with their available actions. Note all the buildings at the same time are grouped together and can only perform one action at a time. Though multiple actions can be queued up, the required resources will be immediately subtracted from your global pool. There are 3 building slots in the city. An opportune time to make plans to expand your army. Begin by construction infantry production building. Click the blinking button, building button, and select the city tile with an empty building slot to start construction. It will take several turns to complete. Yeah, so what we got here? We have renderer. So we've got Warp Sword, we've got the Dark Fortress. Okay, Dark Fortress. Even 10,000 years of heresy hasn't entirely eliminated the traitors' training. Like their fellow adapters Astartes, traitor marines prefer to operate from secure, well-constructed defensive position, preferably built by the Iron Warriors. This acts as a forward operation base for their raids and pillaging. Warp Forge. Building that constructs new buildings as well as generates awe and influence. Though the Warp Sword's soul forges are deep in the realm of chaos and hence inaccessible from Gladius, chaos is nothing if not flexible. These warp forges are kept hot by the daily sacrifice of thousands of civilians, capturing the ruins of their fallen hive world to pull the warp-bound buildings of chaos into shimmering existence. Okay, so we have construct roundabout. Building to harvest food. Your troops are mostly beyond mortal desires, but the beastmen, mutants and slaves who run your cities aren't. To provide food for them, bodies of all sorts are brought to the rendering stations to provide pressure for the Slaneshi degenerates who run them, and the food for the mass workers, the stronger ones at least. The weaker ones are dinner. Slave mines. Even the orcs have better ways of getting metal out of the ground than this, but then the Lords of Chaos concerned with their service is less about preventing suffering and more about ensuring it. These mines are crudely cruel, designed to elicit hope before crushing it. They farm tortured souls for chaos as much as they do ore. Warp-bound generator. The fallen tech priests of chaos, now the warpsmiths of the dark mechanicum, have had 10,000 years of calibrating their devices beyond the strictures of the Omnissiah. As powerful as a conventional plasma generator, this power source can be constructed quickly in situ. Its demon spirit draws energy from the flickering of a tear in the Immaterium to charge an infernal motion device. Archive of the Ways. On Demon World, storytellers tell of a warp-lost library that contains all the thoughts of Tzinch. In its richness, they say, that rivals the Aldari's Black Library or the meaningless infinity of the Library of Babel. Where Tzinch's memories exist, an Archive of the Ways is a real-world reflection of that false world myth. A place where truths can be created, not discovered. Altar to Chaos. Chaos Undivided is a contradiction in terms. Looking at the demons of each god, the giggling horrors, the droning playbearers, the raging bloodletters, the gasping demonettes, nothing could be more dissimilar. Yet this altar reveals the brutal commonality behind chaos. A dark stone, gore-soaked ground, the raised knife, and the bacchanalia. Cult of Chaos. What are gods without followers? Here cultists and dark apostles alike plot to bring converts to the worship of chaos. Not a hard task on Gladius, once people see the inhuman Xenos, the doubled effects of the gods' powers, and the demonic shapes lingering in the chancel. Research screen presents your factor's unique technology tree. Begin by selecting technology for research from Tier 1. You must research 2 technologies from a tier to unlock the subsequent tier. You can speed up research by constructing additional research buildings in your cities. Note that all progress is lost when you change the currently researching technology. So we have Abominator's Gene Lab, building which produces infantry as well as generates food and research. Bloated. Grants champions of chaos the chance to restore their hit points when killing an enemy. Chaos Spawns. Fast melee infantry units that mutates each turn. Infernal Fabricator. Building that generates ground vehicles as well as generates awe and influence. Lord Quarters. Building that produces heroes as well as generates influence and increases loyalty. Rite of Change. Sacrifice population to Tzinch to increase the production output of warp forges and research output of archives of the ways in the city. Okay. To open the city screen, you can click on city name and click on the headquarters twice. You can also select the city's defense by clicking on the headquarters itself or the icon above the city. All cities have a limited firepower and will defend themselves when attacked. Make sure to protect your city at all costs. If you lose your cities, you're defeated. Every unit has a variety of statistics and attributes, traits, abilities and weapons. each with their own ranges and effects. Some units might only have one melee weapons, but move quickly through rough terrain, while others might have fear auras or unleash powerful artillery blasts. Move your mouse over your icons and the buttons in the selection panel to find out more about the selected units. Okay. Blood Blessing, yeah. You got that from the Total Chaos. Killing the unit may reward this unit with an unlocked boon of Chaos or transform non-heroes into a Chaos Spawn or Demon Prince. It's not unusual for the Chaos powers to bestow strange boons and mutations upon those who kill in their name. Not all of these boons are beneficial. The Dark Ones are as fickle as they are inscrutable, and even their most ardent followers are little more than pawns in a celestial game. Look. Malicious Follies. If the unit remains stationary, they fire rapid fire weapons with increased attacks at all ranges. So, they've got the bolt gun. Okay. Okay. Increase the growth rate of target allied Chaos Space Marines by sacrificing a unit. So fervent are the cultists of Chaos that so weak are their martial prowess that the gods enjoy their demise as much as their life, more so perhaps given the blessings they bestow at their sacrifice. Corpses for the Corpse Guard. In your 10,000 years of war, you do not remember a worse sojourn in the war. Following Abaddon's 13th Black Crusade in the days after the fall of Cadia, your cruiser jumped into the warp, but became stuck there like a wasp in amber. Time became unreliable. Your crew and the ship itself became infested with the stuff of the warp, possessed and mutated until only a handful of your troops remained intact. When the cruiser finally burst from the warp above the Imperial world of Gladius Prime, it was a demon ship, and your surviving troops fled to the planet below. After so many millennia though, you know that there is a purpose to this. You have been tested and survived. You know that the Dark Gods have reason to send you your warband to Gladius Prime, and that you must discover it or face their wrath. To our weak eye, the planet would look devastated with its Imperial populace demoralized. To you, it looks ripe for corruption. You start immediately. Okay, construct cult chaos, produce chaos cultists, and research bloated. And that we get chaos spawns. Okay. To call any Chaos Space Marine murderous, sadist, psychopaths, and monsters to a man, a hero is a contradiction in terms, but there are exceptional examples of them: sorcerers, the masters, and champions of chaos who head up warbands and follow the diktats and commands of the gods. Here, they congregate under the watchful eyes of their lord. So, produce Chaos Lord. Smith, master possession. Okay. Compendium stores a collection of useful game information. You can read up on factions, buildings, units, reread tips and more. You can open it by clicking on the question mark at the top right of the screen. And look what we got. Terrain affects units in a variety of ways. Forest and Imperial ruins have increased movement costs for ground units to make it harder to see and fire across. Height differences may also prevent your units from having a clear line of fire. Tiles marked with red indicate enemies that can be attacked from their current position. Units are rapid fire weapon equipped. Units with rapid fire weapons are able to cause much more damage at close range, but can still fire from further away. It might be worth moving closer before attacking. Neutral units may not attack as you move around them, but attacking them will surely make them angry. Some units cannot move but can still perform actions. If they have weapons like city headquarters, they can attack. To perform an attack, move your mouse over the enemies and right click. This unit is able to carry units as cargo. To embark, move the unit you wish to carry into the transport's tile. Embarked units will normally not be able to disembark on the turn they have embarked. You can now produce units, queue up as many as you like, but watch your resources. Since this is a separate building type, other buildings can keep producing at the same time. If you construct additional enemy production buildings, the infantry will complete training twice as fast. Okay. Before you can construct additional buildings, you have to claim more tiles. Go ahead and acquire a tile. Select a tile with one or more building slots adjacent to your city borders. Acquiring a tile will take a few turns and cost some influence. So what's this? Pros. The cultures of chaos can be found in one form or another almost anywhere the Imperium has spread. At first glance, they are indistinguishable from normal men, but under their clothes, their flesh is tattooed and branded with sigils that hurt the eyes of any faithful that look upon them. When Chaos Space Marines come to a planet, the true colours of the cultists are revealed. The powers of darkness are ever quick to promise glory, and even the lowliest initiate knows that to fight alongside such legendary warriors is to court the gaze of the gods. Not all Chaos Space Marines date from the 30th millennium. Others are recruited from civilians, brutally altered with gene seed taken from a fallen Marine. At this gene lab, fallen apothecaries operate on the strongest cultists drawn from the Gladius ruined hives. The few who survive the Abominator's operations are implanted with progenoid gans and recruited as new Chaos Space Marines. Keep your war machinery in operation. You have to construct specialised resource buildings. Build a resource building like you built the infantry building. The tile on which the building is placed may modify the building's resource output. Look for matching resource icons. It's important not to run out of resources, otherwise your buildings will begin working at lower efficiency. You are now able to produce units, maintain your economy and understand the basic concepts of the game. More tips and suggestions will be shown throughout your interactions, but you will be left to discover the world of Gladius Prime and discover its mysteries alone. Survival is no birthright, but a prize wrested from an uncaring galaxy by foreign heroes. Normally confined to the cell forges of the warp, these incomprehensible mechanicoid structures are responsible for the creation of all demon vehicles. Here, mecha tendril-wreathed warpsmiths oversee the breaking and corruption of machine spirits of captured impure vehicles, as well as the forcible incorporation of less demons, machinery and tortured flesh into demon engines. Units with action points remaining out of ranged weapons will automatically perform Overwatch attacks when their enemy enters their attack range, unless the enemy has infiltrate. Although physically powerful and extremely resilient, Chaos Spawn are insane, mewling creatures with no mental powers or self-awareness. Their former intelligence has been sacrificed to their foul ambition. Many a champion of great promises end up as a seething mound of bone and blubber, monstrous and screaming with lunatic rage. Every building except the headquarters requires one population to operate. You have to research and conduct housing to increase your population growth and limit If you are running into trouble due to a shortage of population or other resources, you can disable some buildings to let the rest operate at full efficiency by clicking the minus button next to each building group. Though Nurgle's cursed diseases rot a man both physically and spiritually, they also imbue their subjects to decaying flesh with inhuman resilience. For such bloated forms, spreading their pox can often bring about with it minor blessings from the plague god. Given your labours, a cow spawn is hardly a blessing you'd hope for. The writhing beast was once your master of executions. Now it is changing your compound, a twisted wreck that barely survives the mutations, tearing it apart and reforming from moment to moment. Your companion's mind is gone. From its many mouths, however, he gibbers prophecy. The 1000th sword, the circuit completed, the gods in accord, infinity infested. Your cultists interpret its word to warn of an imperial attack, but in its wake, revelation. Chaosborn may have several sets of limbs, crab claws or tentacles that armour the bulges beneath the skin, tattered and useless wings, clumps of ice stalks that wave like grass in the wind, a sinuous prehensile neck or a gaping maw of needle-thin teeth, and each of those can change at a whim, granting the hideous creature different properties each turn. Other Cassans can be similarly manic, or simply at the whims of the unpredictable, ruinous powers. This is a powerful hero unit that can manifest extraordinary abilities to vanquish his foes or protect his allies. Choose the first ability by pressing level up and then selecting your desired ability. Some abilities might be passive or have longer or shorter cooldown. Most abilities, however, can be leveled up multiple times to increase their power. So what we got Ichor Blood. It's not blood that runs through this champion's veins, but searing ichor, molten brass, psychedelic narcotics, virulent pus or some such viral and deadly substance. Worthy offering. Having the eye of the gods upon you means those nearby are also subject to greater scrutiny. Whether that turns them to spawn or demon prince depends on how well they perform and the unscrutable whims of the gods. Some champions of chaos are so blessed by their patron deity that they are supernaturally protected from harm. They might be surrounded by a powerful crackling shield of energy, or else bullets aimed at them may be strangely turned aside before they strike. In either case, it's clear that dark gods are watching over them. So I want that. So, going to leave it here. This has been Vane doing Let's Play Warhammer 40,000 Gladius, Relics of War.